This is Shadows in the Peaks, a Legends of the Five Rings actual play from Stories with Dice. If you're enjoying our actual plays, please subscribe to Stories with Dice so you'll never miss an episode. Don't forget to rate and review us. It really helps others discover the podcast. Follow us on social media to stay updated. You'll find the relevant links in the description of each episode.
Evening. How's everyone doing?
Dandy?
Excellent. We like dandy. Nice and short and sweet. Everyone's figured that we do the second session after the first session, so no one actually does more of the introduction stuff. If they don't, they do now. Hey, Marco, how are you?
Dandy?
Excellent. Still saying dandy. Tony?
Yep.
How's things?
Hello. All good. All good. Just waiting for the wolves.
Yes, for wolves. We like wolves. Scott?
All good here. All good here.
No one can beat the dandy yet. Charlotte, can you beat dandy?
So far, so good.
Okay.
Fantabulous.
Fantabulous. I like it fantabulous.
Damn it! I was the undisputed champion.
Not now.
What up?
She's just like swept it straight underneath your feet, straight into fantabulous, and looks less angry than last session. So it's always good.
Than before.
There's still time. There's still time.
Well, there is still time.
So what happened last session? Go listen to it. I'm not going to explain it. If you're starting
If you
now,
listen to it, you'll find he said exactly the same thing to us when we asked him for some information. Go find it yourselves.
information. We don't. I don't offer information. What do you think? Some kind of like games master or something?
He made us search rooms and roll dice. What the fuck?
I mean, what the hell? Anyone think it's a role playing game?
And then told me to go to Discord to read the thing he'd already posted, which is just entirely unreasonable.
I
How
see.
dare.
It's
Entirely
ready for GM. So
Laziest,
those,
laziest GM I have ever played with.
What the
I'll see you
hell?
riot.
I mean, yeah. All right. So those massive 30-foot tall wolves that you're about to encounter, I'm sure nothing bad will happen to any of you. So yes, when we left off, you were all discussing that technically you have completed your contract according to the charter, which technically is true, but then Gashoyama was explaining that maybe you could do a little bit more rather than the bare minimum. Pretty much like anyone who's ever sort of like been at work in an office. Why would you do more than just the bare minimum? But apparently, this might be something
I
you're
only
going to
get
do.
paid because I only get paid to do the bare minimum.
Well,
Yeah, we're going to have to
you know
talk
what
about that.
Yeah,
It would also be a really rubbish podcast if we closed after 5 episodes.
This is true. Wait a second. That won't be us. So, you, as you were saying that, we were trying to think about something else to say to sort of bolster the troops, as it were, and then you heard the wonderful wolves come back that apparently attacked this place. Right, well, after the howling of the wolves and the sort of growling that you can hear from outside, because, you know, this watchtower is not particularly large. It's maybe 20 foot by 20 foot. It's not a huge space. What are you going to do?
Is there a window or any kind of like murder hole?
There is indeed. There is a window that you can look out of.
Okay, I ready my bow. I look out the window.
Okay, you ready your bow, you look out the window. You can see about 10 wolves outside. They're all growling. They're all in very bad shape, or at least they look like slightly matted looking large dogs to you. And they're sort of like around the base of the watchtower.
Can Hiroshi go and take up the stance near the door to the watchtower? The
So
front
go
door?
downstairs. Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, and basically stand ready to defend the door.
Okay.
Yeah. Are there any windows that we can look outside?
Yeah, there's 4 windows, one on each side of the... I think one of the windows is currently occupied by Kitsune Akira, which leaves you 3 others, one looking south, east, and west.
What do we see?
You also see these wolves. They're all sort of like crowding around the watchtower. Again, they're all sort of like darkish coloured wolves.
They
look
have
like
those
they're quite...
pustules on their mouths. Can we see?
Yeah, they've got like sort of, you can see sort of like mud or blood or something sort of like around their muzzles. They don't look in the best of shape. I mean, none of you are really sort of, I mean, Scott, you're probably the best person to kind of notice. They don't look like your everyday run-of-the-mill wolves. They look very malnourished, and they definitely do not seem to be moving like you would expect a normal wolf to do.
Just want to check where my horse is.
Your horse is currently outside whinnying.
In that case, I'll bring him in before returning to the doorway.
So currently the wolves are going towards your horse.
Okay, in that case,
Outside.
I will Hiroshi goes outside and interposes himself between horse and wolf.
Do you ask for help?
Only if... That he doesn't, actually. He does not directly ask for help.
I will shoot the closest wolf to his horse.
Sure. Okay. Well, why don't you shoot the nearest wolf? So it'll be your Kyujutsu skill. The difficulty hit these things is 20.
20.
20.
Ooh.
That's cheeky.
They're moving around there. So, well, I'll tell you what. We'll give you a free raise because you're up high.
That's more like it. All right, let's see here. What does that mean, a free raise?
So essentially, you need a 15.
Okay.
I mean, 27 is pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you hit one. Roll for damage. You get a free raise, so you can have one extra dice to roll, but not keep. You got 12 damage. So yes, you fire at one of the wolves, and it hits it straight through its armored, toughened hide. It gives out a howl, and it growls and sort of like stops to try and get the arrow out of itself, but it hasn't run off, which is what you would expect if you shot a normal wolf.
Right.
Tony, you were looking out the window as well to the side, and you can see the wolves are all sort of around, kind of doing their own thing. Charlotte.
Okay, first, I have a question, and I forgot what that question is. Are creatures like this controlled?
No, they are usually, unless they're undead, in which case they might be, but if they're not and they're just shadow corrupted or shadow tainted, then they'll be acting on their own.
Okay, I was wanting to do something, but then as I was looking it up, that's like a 6-tier spell. Even though how I was wanting to do it was like a combination. It's like Phoenix is known for like combining weird shit, right? So I was thinking about how can I combine stuff to make things go boom, but I don't think I can.
I think you've got a things go boom spell, I think.
What I wanted to do was combine fire and air with my Tempest of Air and like summon to get fire and then try and blow the fire out in a cone. But that's Tempest of Fire, which is a Mastery 6 spell or something like that, apparently.
Yeah. You're not quite there yet, I'm afraid to say.
Okay, I'm debating between protecting Hiroshi first or his horse. Leave Hiroshi to his fate. He's the one that didn't ask for help.
Poor Hiroshi.
Hiroshi's not even paying attention to anyone else right now.
Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I am going to... Doors are closed right... Oh no, doors will be open because Hiroshi went out.
Yep.
Did our our guard friends didn't close it behind him?
Well, they're sort of like by the door. They might be rushing out behind the samurai.
I am going to follow Hiroshi out, dodging the arrows that are coming out of the windows. And I am going to use, here's my foundry, Tempest of Air to try and knock them all down. So now it's a cone attack. How far were these things away again?
They're sort of like probably, if you're at the doorway, they're probably, I don't know, 10, 12 feet away.
Area of effect, a cone 75 feet long and 15 feet wide at its end. Would I be able to hit all of them all at once?
Probably be able to hit probably about 8 of them in one go.
So then, if I use a raise, it would either give plus 5 feet to the width of the cone, which could create...
You could catch the other 2.
It could increase damage, increase range, or as a special, increase the TN against knockdown per raise. Alright, so what I want to do is add a raise to...
Widen the area to get all of them?
Yeah, pretty much.
That makes sense.
And that is instant, so I don't have to worry about waiting turns. That's air, Tempest of Air.
Mm-hmm.
But how do I cast this again?
You should be able to double check. Yes, you roll your air ring, and then you add your insight rank. So if you've got an air of 2, you've got an insight rank of 1, you roll 3 dice, and you keep whatever your air is. So 3 keep 2. And your difficulty is 10 plus the mastery level of your spell. So 15 is what we're after. But you wanted a raise, so it's 20.
I did that. I don't think I had to add anything onto the roll itself, and I only got 10, so...
You got a 10, so you didn't get a raise, unfortunately. So you wanted to do something a bit more complicated than the basic spell, so you start to channel the air colony. Unfortunately, they are not listening to you.
Those bastards.
Nothing happens, I'm afraid.
I will be blowing some pepper into the air into their general directions tonight.
Suzumi Nori unsheathes her sword and heads out to back up Hiroshi. Unfortunately, Miramoto Akami does not. She stays inside. And the young guard that you met also steps out with his Yari. Right, well, I think this definitely calls for a combat. We haven't had one of these properly. I'll make an initiative roll for all of you. That's really helpful. So I've handily rolled all your initiative, which means that it's Kitsune Akira. You are at the top of the list. What would you like to do, sir?
Well, obviously, I am going to shoot my bow. The wolf that I shot initially, he is not dead. And is he still moving toward the horse?
Yes, he is still moving towards the horse.
Ed, did you take into account the fact that I'm using a polearm with the mastery for +5 initiative?
It would have probably, if not, you can have an extra +5.
I have a 24. And now I will attempt to do this damage again. Correctly, I hope. So I put a 1 in roll modifier, keep modifier stays 0.
0, and you don't have to put anything on the other one, just 1. Okay, yeah. Are you using another one of your armor piercing? You are.
Looks like it's 9.
Yep, that's fine. Yeah, this arrow hits the same wolf. Yeah, it howls and sort of like goes to run away, but then it kind of looks around and it does not.
What is it looking around at?
It's just looking around at the rest of its wolf mates, I suppose.
Its pack.
Pack mates. Okay. It's almost, I wouldn't call it sort of like sentient, but it's kind of looking for some kind of direction from the others. So it's looking at its pack. Definitely the 2 arrows seem to have gone straight through the hide, and it's bleeding all over the snow, but it's not down.
I'm going to run out of arrows before this wolf runs out of blood.
True. Ayame, you are next on the initiative list.
What is the duration of a turn in real-world time?
In real-world time, sort of 3 to 6 seconds.
Okay, so like if I had something that has a duration of 1 minute.
Yeah, then it will obviously last for quite a long time.
Okay.
So what's that? I mean, that's maths. Jeez.
10 rounds.
10 rounds.
If you assume 6 seconds, it's 10 rounds.
Yeah, we'll go with that. 10 rounds.
I am going to use Fires of Purity on Hiroshi. Anyone who comes into contact with him or strikes him with a melee attack takes 2k2 wounds. Anyone the target strikes in melee with an unarmed attack or a weapon he carried when the spell was cast also takes an extra 2k2 wounds.
Oh, nice. Sweet. Very nice. So, in which case you now have affinity with fire, so you can tick that box. So you get extra dice.
All right, fire, affinity.
Again, difficulty is 15, unless you're going for any raises.
No.
Okay.
No, because to use a raise, we got to use a void point. Yeah?
No.
No?
No, you can just go for raises. Void points allow you to get extra dice and re-roll dice, that kind of thing.
Gotcha.
So you can do it. Anyone can ask for a raise up to the number of void points you have. So if you've got a void of 2, you can go for things that ask for 2 raises. So if there's a spell that gives you various different things, you want to do 1 of each, you can only have to kind of like decide what it is you have based on the number of void points.
Then that would
every time
increase
you
the
ask for a raise, then increase the target number 5.
Okay. Nope, nothing special this time. Spellcasting roll, let's go. 19.
Ooh. Well, that'll do. So, Scott, thanks to the Fires of Purity, you now, anyone who attacks you or when you attack them, you do an extra 2k2 damage.
Thank you very much.
So, Charlotte, what does that look like when you cast it on Hiroshi?
From my side, you would see her make a few quick movements, like very straightforward and pointed. Maybe a brief light at the palm of her hand, and then you would see Hiroshi enveloped in almost like an aura of fire, but you would see it more as the mirage of heat around him more so than fire itself.
Very cool. Okay, so anyone looking at that can see Hiroshi is enshrouded in this haze of heat. Right, well, next we have Hiroshi.
Hiroshi's Naginata is held down low, as he steps forward and just attempts to cleave the lead wolf in half. So I've got a bonus because Hiroshi is Utaki mounted infantry. He had +1 to his dice pool. I also get a bonus of +1 dice because of my polearm skill and because of my emphasis on the Naginata. So hopefully this won't utterly suck. Well, that's a lot of dice. So 2 dice have exploded, which gives Hiroshi's first attack of the campaign a grand total of 28.
Well, that hits. So damage for you, kind sir.
And remember the 2k2 that I've given you.
Yes, you can add 2k2 to your roll.
So damage roll. Roll 2. Keep 2. And so this is 7k4. 8k4.
Yeah, that'll do it.
34 damage.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you wheel your Naginata around, and you basically cut the lead wolf. You assume it's the lead wolf. Sort of like front leg almost off, dragging your Naginata down the flank of the wolf, cutting open its side, and you can see there's a bit of sort of like intestines or something like pops out and drags along the snow as it sort of growls and sort of spits and hisses at you. Okay.
And stays up.
It's staying up.
Most importantly, it stays up.
It stays up, but its leg that it's trying to like use on the front is kind of like just buckling in itself because it's got nothing to sort of like, there's no muscles left. They're all sort of like stringy around all over the snow.
If I had any doubt these creatures are unnatural,
that might be it.
I think we can put that to rest.
Suzuminori takes a couple of steps forward, assumes a stance, and she looks them up and down and attacks them. She sort of like draws a sword. If anyone is particularly watching her, she has a very basic crane stance, which is very similar to the way that the crane family fight, but it is slightly different, and she hits, or she tries to hit, and the wolf sort of like jumps out the way. Seems like she's a competent Kenjutsu person, but her form is, Tony, as far as you're concerned, from what you can see, is lacking some sophistication. But she's giving it a good go, at least.
Yeah, I'm wondering why I'm the last one. Because I have the way of the crane. Did you account for the Jujutsu skill that gives me double? You know, I have like 6 extra for my initiative roll. I mean, it doesn't matter. I can be the last one.
Let me just check.
I was surprised. That was the last one.
It adds twice your Jitsu skill. So what's your Jitsu skill? It adds 6, right?
It's 3, so that would be 6 more.
I shall add it to this one.
So I should be after Kitsune Akira.
That's all right. We'll
It's okay.
We'll add it for the next round.
Yeah, so I will go out, and I think I have +1 1k1 to a total of attacks and focus while assuming center stance.
So you're going to go into stance, right? So we've assumed so far that, you know, if you're attacking, so like Scott, you're going for just like a normal stance, with a normal attack stance. Nothing special. You're not trying to defend. You're not trying to sort of like be aggressive in your stance. You're just kind of assuming a normal form and then attacking. So in regards to Tony, you want to go into a center stance. So in this round, you kind of like stop and you essentially stand in front of them and start to sort of like center yourself. Not really doing anything else apart from drawing in sort of like, I guess, your inner power, and you're waiting before you attack the next round. So what that will do is you can add 1k1 plus your void ring to the total of 1 roll. You also gain a bonus of +10 to your initiative score in that subsequent round. So your initiative is going to go up by 10 next round.
I just go very slowly with my preparing, like holding slightly preparing my katana for the strike. And I just move very delicate in between the wolves. I know it looks weird because there are all these crazy wolves like, and I'm like very calm, just standing there, the wind flowing.
Yeah. I mean, it's very iconic. It's what the crane do really well.
This is what we call aura farming.
Yes, then the wolves rush forward towards you. 2 of the wolves head towards the horse, which Taki Hiroshi is now in front of. 2 of them head towards Suzuminori, and 2 head towards the crane, who is shutting his eyes and just waiting for something.
Which of the 2 heading toward the horse is the injured one that I've been hitting?
Yeah, one of them is, because they're the ones that were kind of going towards them. So yeah.
You're welcome, Hiroshi-san.
Is the other one the one I hit with the Naginata?
Yes. It's sort of bleeding. So they're the ones that were kind of like going for you guys. So the one that has 2 arrows in it is going to attack you. So, Scott, what is Hiroshi's target number to be hit?
Armor is 20 in total.
20.
So he's got a base of... I tell a lie, it's 25.
You wear
There's
an
a
armor.
base of 20 and armor bonus of 5. So armor 10 of 25. With a damage reduction of 3.
Well, one of the wolves comes towards you to attack and snaps at you, attacking your lacquered armor. And it scratches, and you can see as it kind of like bites or tries to bite and scratch at you. The nails are all festering. It definitely looks like they're very unclean and probably carry some nasty diseases. And it scratches around you, but it doesn't quite get in there. It's really close, but you manage to like hold yourself. The other wolf that you kind of cut open stops for a second and then falls over dead from blood loss. It didn't quite know it was dead until then.
Okay, so that first one would take damage from the fire or fire's purity that Hiroshi has.
Yes, so he takes the damage.
Which is 2k2, I think. Was it Charlotte?
Oh,
Go on, Charlotte, roll it.
Why don't you roll 2k2 for me, sir?
I'll let Charlotte roll it. It's her spell.
Go on then, Charlotte.
How the hell do I do that?
I think you can just roll 2d10 down in the bottom right-hand corner.
14.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, as it kind of like, as it scrapes and scratches at you, its skin starts to blister and burn. And as it sort of like scratches at you, it's its last action as it falls to the floor, a steaming corpse. Look at that. That's 2 down. Only 8 more to go. Right.
Burn, baby,
Zominori and the wolves are sort of pairing off against each other. She is just taking her time to sort of like back off and defend herself, which she's doing. Tony, one of the wolves comes towards you and goes to attack you. What is your target number to be hit, Tony?
The armor TN base, no? 20?
Yes. Well, I unfortunately rolled a 50.
A 50?
A 50. Yeah, so you kind of like go into your center stance and it lunges forward. So you sort of like wait to hit it. And it bites at you.
And I cannot do anything.
I know you're in the center stance. Well, actually, that's not true. I think if you spend a void point, you can reduce the damage. Yeah, you can reduce your wounds suffered by 10. I mean, just increasing your armor target number is not going to work. Yeah, so that's not going to help you. But you can at least reduce the damage done by 10. So let's have a look. What is it going to do?
I need to declare that I use the void point already or not?
Let me just see how much damage it does. Then you can use the void point. And it does a whopping 12 damage. So did you want to spend a void point and reduce that damage down to 2 points of damage?
Yes, please.
That's fine. So you're not actually hurt because you're just the way it tracks. If you look at your character sheet, you'll see that you've got a number of wounds and they're sort of like healthy, nicked, grazed. So the first damage that you have on that track is nicked, but obviously you're nowhere near there yet, so you're still healthy. It's basically bitten into your arm, or it's kind of maybe grazed your very nice kimono, but it hasn't caused you to actually take damage, so you're not kind of like knocked out of your center stance. The other wolf isn't quite at you. The others are howling and just basically baying to kind of like come towards you. But the younger kind of Ashigaru, he's kind of out there with his Yari, also attacking one of them. Marco, you're the one who's sort of like above everyone else, kind of looking down at this. Can you please make what kind of skills do you have? Let's have a look. Some kind of perception-y kind of skill. Hunting, yeah. And hunting is a good one.
Do I use an emphasis?
What's your emphasis?
Yeah, I have survival, tracking, and
You can only have one emphasis, so whichever one it will be.
trailblazing are the 3 I have.
Okay, that's fine. No, so just a
Don't you
standard
get one emphasis per rank?
You have to buy the emphasis.
Okay.
So just a straight hunting roll, please.
I have a 20.
Okay, yeah. So obviously the wolves aren't acting normal, but what you can also see is that weirdly the pack is acting in a unified fashion. Almost they're kind of like doing their maneuvers in a almost military fashion. They're kind of organized. They're breaking off into pairs. They're sort of like flanking if they can.
They're not acting
They're not acting like normal wolves.
like normal
Which
wolves,
you
right?
already-
Okay. I mean, normal wolves will
They will coordinate.
Cooperate
Yeah.
and coordinate, right. But this is above and beyond that.
This is above that. They're massively coordinated in the way they do things. Yeah. I'm guessing you want to shoot another one.
Yes. I will shoot this one right here. I guess that's the one that bit
Yes. That's one a bit... so you're literally shooting straight down into the...
Hironobu. Yep.
Yep. Again, free raise because you're up high. Did you want to go for any raises? If you think you're better than being able to get a normal 15, you can go up to 2 raises if you wanted to do more damage. For every raise, you get an extra 1 dice to add to your damage, if that's what you'd like to do.
That sounds promising, but I feel like the minute I do that, I'm going to roll shit.
It's always the way. Okay, so left-hand roll.
But, yeah, why not?
Okay.
One raise.
One raise. Okay, so your difficulty is back to 20.
Okay. And, of course, I rolled a 15.
That's always the way, right? Yeah, you fire straight down, but there's the lip that you kind of like can't quite. It fires and hits the snow just to the side of it. Okay.
So, Tony, one of my arrows just, hits the snow right by your foot.
Now we're back into proper initiative. So, Kita Hironobu.
Will attack using Jujutsu, no?
Yep.
I'm just focusing, and then just... Can I hit 2? No. In one
Can you
go.
hit 2? No, you can hit 1.
I know.
So you get to
Well,
add
the one that
1K1.
attacked me.
So for you, when you roll your skill, whatever bonuses you get from Way of the Crane, you also get to add 1K1 to your that roll. And so where you've got the lines that say 1 that says keep, where you've got another one, you also add your void. I think it's 1 times 2, plus you add your void ring to the total.
So I click void, yes, and then roll modifier is 1, or keep modifier is
And
roll
your keep
modifier
modifier is
1.
And then there should be another plus modifier, which is just like an add modifier, which should be on the list.
Total modifier
Total modifier, you add your void ring, whatever that is. So if it's 2 or 3,
It's
you add
3.
that. So essentially, when you roll your dice, you're going to add plus 3 to the end result.
Okay.
Then
So just
roll
roll.
your dice.
35.
That'll do. Okay. So you roll for damage, please.
Okay. Do I have extra damage?
You didn't go for any extra raises, so you do not get any extra damage.
So
I don't
just
think.
normal.
Just the states.
Because I have a striking as void as my technique.
Yep. Okay.
And that, I think he gave me something, no? I
Let's
don't
have a look.
remember.
I'll have a look for you. So, striking as void, Kitabushi. So, the Way of the Crane is what you have. You add twice your Jitsu skill to initiative rolls. You also bonus of 1K1 plus your school rank to all attack or focus rolls. This bonus applies during combat. Okay, that's fine. And then you've also got striking as void, which I stupidly did not put on your character sheet.
No, that's what I'm looking back. I don't remember it was something like this.
Hang on, sorry. Everyone who's listening, there is a slight error.
It's one of my techniques. I was trying to find it, but it's not super easy in the book.
Please hold the line. Your call is important to us. I believe nobody else has the PDF. It's a lot easier than looking up.
No, the PDF is gigantic. I found it.
Okay.
Okay, I found it. When in center stance, your armor TN is increased by your void ring. Okay.
Okay.
That's what is that?
So add your void ring. So whatever your void ring is, your void is 3. It means
So
your
it will be
armor gets plus
23.
3 when you, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's hard.
So we'll just do damage then. Nothing
Okay. So
special.
roll straight damage.
So that would be 11.
Okay, that's fine. You can spend a void point to increase your damage by 1K1 if you wish.
No, that's okay.
Okay. Yes, you sort of slash out at the wolf as it kind of cuts its face and chest, and it kind of growls back at you as it sort of spits out sort of blood and pus and stuff.
Can I stay in center stance or not?
No. Once you've done your center stance, you're now just in normal
That's
combat. You could go into another center stance, which means this round you'd be hittable again, and then
No.
go back into it again.
No.
Right, Charlotte. Agasha Yame.
She is annoyed at not being able to do the Tempest of Air, so she's going to try it again, this time using Void to increase the likelihood.
Okay.
She's annoyed. So
Okay.
the 3 that are in front, Hironobu and Hiroshi, are going to be her targets. Because if I try to get the other one looped in there, then Hiroshi might get hit. And
Yep, that makes sense. And you're probably by the doorway, I'm guessing, is how I kind of imagined you're sort of
Yeah.
by that doorway, sort of like leaning out.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I am going to go to my character sheets, find myself Tempest of Air. Nope. I am going to go up to the air ring. Void, yes. No affinity, no deficiency. Using a spell slot for air, which is my last one for this day.
But today, yep.
No modifiers, spellcasting roll, and go. I got 15.
Yep, that's enough to hit.
Hurrah.
Let's have a look. What does it do? So, you summon a powerful gust of wind or air which emanates from your position, crashes into all the path, knocking them to the ground. All targets in the area affect suffer 1k1 wounds. Must make a contested roll against their earth, against your air. So what's your air? Is 2, right?
Yep.
And it was a 15. So what have they got? Let's roll. Roll them as a pack. Okay, so they all get blown over and get pushed around quite a lot for 17 damage.
For all, like, each
Each one of them.
all three of them each get
Yeah, so
17
you
damage
basically-
each.
Yeah, so you basically lean out to the side of the doorway, cast your spell, or you entreat the kami of the air to push the air forward towards them.
Heck yeah.
And yeah, they all the walls kind of get pushed, all the snow gets sprayed up either side as it kind of like buries this furrow in the snow surrounding.
Nice.
And all 3 wolves go flying. They're all dazed and they're all on the floor, laying on their side.
And I'll shout to the others, use this opportunity while you can.
Okay, well, I guess that leaves Hiroshi.
Hiroshi will send Byakufu back into the castle,
Yep. The horse listens to you.
and then he will step next to Suzumi Nori. In fact, he's going to go this side. Yeah, we'll come to this side. And he's going to drop into a full defensive stance, and he's going to use the guard maneuver.
Okay. What does that do, sir?
So it raises her, until his next turn, it raises her defense TN by 10. Hiroshi's is reduced by 5, but that's offset by the 6 he gains from the defensive stance.
Nice.
So I'm on a net +1, and Nori is on a net +10.
That's 10. Great. And Nori takes full advantage of that and cuts the other half of the one that she was attacking in 2 and flicks what's remaining of the blood across the snow as the other one rushes, as the other corrupted wolf rushes in to bite her, as she manages to then sidestep. And you kind of come in and sort of like take the hit on the sword, essentially doing what guard does. Okay, the rest of the wolves, having seen their comrades get hit and stuff, in a very uncharacteristic way, back off and start to make their way back the way they can, howling and then running off. As they run off, you can see that, or you can hear rather, no sound from their feet as they run across the snow. There's no crunching of the compacted snow or anything. And they run pretty quickly back the way you assumed they had gone into the hills.
Is it leaving paw prints?
Yeah, they're still leaving paw prints and stuff.
Just silent ones.
It's just quite silent, unnaturally silent. And before you know it, they're all running off. Kitsune Akira could potentially fire a parting shot.
I mean, there's the 3 that I knocked down.
Yes, they will kind of like, they're running off as well.
But if they're knocked
kind of
down, they're knocked down
lagging
for a turn, right? So
Yeah, they're lagging
still,
behind, so they're gonna do the same things. But at the moment,
we
they're
can't
sort of
chase them down and stab them in the snow.
I mean, absolutely. If you want to chase them down and stab them, you can do.
I'm going to give a parting shot to one of those 3 that she knocked down. Fuck those wolves.
Standard roll.
I am going to use a void point on
Okay.
this attack.
1k1 to your roll.
17.
Yeah, you hit. Roll for damage.
And I'm going to use my... Oh, can I use the void point again or no?
No, you're going to use 1 void point per.
I should have done it on the damage, not the hit. 9.
Yeah, it kind of like pins one of them in its chest as it sort of lets out another howl. Hironobu, are you going to go and attack the 3, or are you going to stay where you are?
They're running away, right?
Yeah, they will. Yeah, they will be. The 3 that have been knocked over are sort of like trying to get back up.
Okay, so yes, in that case, I will just charge. I will probably sheath the katana and just run and try to hit again with Jujutsu.
Off you go.
22.
Yeah, that's a hit. Roll for damage.
13. I don't do a lot of damage.
No, I mean you're sort of not particularly rolling great at the moment, but yeah, you you go in and you sort of like slice open the side of the wolf, It kind of howls. But what you realize when you're hitting it, much like you did with the others, there's definitely a toughness to their hide that you would normally expect from a wolf pelt. So it kind of like has almost like you can feel the blade as it sort of like goes through the skin. It kind of like hits like a knobbly effect, almost like you were running your tanto across a tatami mat. So a bit of a weird kind of like feeling, and not one you're used to, because you're so used to cutting flesh and straight through. Okay, well, Charlotte, anything Agasha Yama wants to do?
So the one that Hironobu just hit is not dead.
No.
Is that the same one that I hit?
I don't know. Well, hang on. You tell me. Tony, did you want to go for the one that has the arrow in it or another one?
The one that is perhaps more damage.
In which case, it's still not dead, but it's on its last legs.
I want to... Oh, what do I want to do?
Take its last leg and beat it to death with it.
I'm not sure if I can
just
close
sort of,
that distance in time.
Smack.
I mean, I do have a war fan. Like, there's blades on it, so it's...
Yeah. I mean, if your character's engaging in hand-to-hand combat, something's gone wrong.
Yes. What is Envious Flames?
Burn something, I think.
Yes. Spell invokes fire chemi, which lances toward the target, hitting unerringly so long as the target is within range. So is that like a guaranteed hit?
I think as long as you do it, that's all right. Okay, yeah. So it is. You just have to like summon it. You don't have to roll to hit. So it doesn't matter what their target number is. You just have to summon the kami. So essentially, it's a basic target number of 15. So it's quite a handy one to do.
Yeah, so I'm going to do that to the one that's been wounded already.
It's quite clever because it doesn't do any extra damage, but yeah.
Yeah.
So as long as you pass a standard roll, it'll do 2k2 wounds. So just roll 2k2. I mean, do you want to re-roll the 10 again?
Sure.
So just add another 10 to 18. Someone do some math.
So 25.
25 damage. Yeah, you summon quite a powerful kami. And it leaps from your hand, streaks across the battlefield past Kakita Hironobu, and lands on the wolf as the wolf suddenly bursts into flames.
I cast
And
Fireball.
Pretty much it's a little fireball. Hang on, we're not playing that game.
No, be more like
Hiroshi.
a fire lance, like a spear going. Yeah,
Like a magic missile.
Almost like a magic missile. TM.
The one that was disengaging from Suzumi Nori, if it's running past Hiroshi and he doesn't have to move, he'll take a full attack.
Good one then, why don't you do that? Look at you using all the maneuvers. So full attack.
Oh, stances and maneuvers.
Well, stances.
It's one of the best part of this.
So,
best
characters in the full
combat in
attack
this game.
stance may not make simple or complex actions other than to attack and only use move actions. Characters gain a bonus of plus 2k1 to attack rolls, but suffer a minus 10 to your armor target number in the stance. Full attacks may not be used while mounted. So, add 2k1 to your attack.
I have to do maths on this one now.
Yeah, I'll let you do that.
So it's a total of roll an extra 3, keep an extra 2, and I've got my emphasis. Roll it. Not so many as I would have liked, but
I mean,
it's still not terrible. It's a
42.
42.
Okay, roll for damage.
it's not bad, I guess.
It's a shame that number is not the damage.
I
It's
know.
adequate. It's adequate, isn't it? Well, his damage is still...
I have played, unfortunately, many a Five Rings game where that is the damage that seems to keep being rolled.
Is the fire ability still? Was it lasting for a minute, Charlotte? Did you say?
Yeah. So you still got it going. So add 2k2 to your damage.
3 and 3. Let's roll some serious damage here.
I mean, 45 is enough, right?
45 damage.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Basically, as the wolf starts to run off, you essentially step forward and slice it in half down its flank as the top half kind of disassembles itself from its legs, and it drops to the floor dead.
Not bad for a guy from the Unicorn Clan.
He's all right.
Luckily, Hiroshi's so focused on slicing things, being effective in combat, that he doesn't notice that little quit.
Right. Well, in which case they, I think that's everyone. I think that's everyone. Yeah, everybody's done their thing. The two remaining ones that were kind of knocked down get up, and they sort of like follow the others as they run off. I think we'll call that combat ended.
Am I able to recover, like the arrow that missed and went in the snow? I can go grab that, but the ones that hit
If they're in the bodies,
one of the wolves, right? I think one of the wolves died. The other one ran off, right?
yes. So one that died with Tony, fine. You get that one. The one that you shot that got immolated, unfortunately, you've lost those. So
Okay. Yep.
you can have all but 2 back. That's fine.
Oh no, I was keeping track. I have
Okay,
I have all but 1 back.
Okay, that's fine. Right, well, you kind of stop. You can see these wolves. They are definitely, and now you're really close to them, they smell bad. They've got, you can see now that you're really up close to them, if you're looking at them, you can see they have sort of like red markings on their fur and their pelts in sort of like very kind of poor script, almost like they've been written on. And all the script says exactly that it says in the little piece of parchment that you found, all in sort of like really bad kanji along its side. It says the same thing. It talks about, where is it? Sorry, I've lost it. Anyone can remember it? Because I can't.
Yeah, I've got it here. It says, "The oath is broken, the stone remembers, the wolves are watching."
That is written on their coats.
Guess if we want our proof, here it is.
You've got
Now
proof.
we definitely do have proof that these are unnatural.
Yes.
Are we taking one with us? Or
Hiroshi just strikes down with his naginata and takes the head off of one of the wolves, puts it into a bag.
all right, that
Okay.
settles that.
You wish to pick up the head of the wolf, you can do so, but you are going to lose some honor for that, my friend, because you are touching the dead flesh of a creature. What is your honor currently?
My rank is 5, my points are 6.
Yeah, you will lose 2 points of your honor. So it'll still say rank 5, but it'll go down to 4.
Hiroshi genuinely doesn't really care, because back in the days when they were wandering outside of Rokugan, the unicorn and or the Kirin and then the unicorn would quite often have to take the heads of their enemies to study to understand what exactly the threat towards the Empire was. Others may deem it dishonorable,
Indeed.
but for Hiroshi, it's necessary.
Definitely for the likes of Yukita Harunobu, it is like a, oh no. In fact, you do what every good Rokugani would do when someone is dishonorable. You look the other way and pretend it never happened.
Should we leave these bodies for the guards to put as a warning to others, or should I immolate them to destroy the corruption in the area, prevent it from spreading?
Well, the gods, they'll look out. They won't touch them. They'll have to send word to the nearest town to get peasants to come and do that for you. So they'll use the no people to do that, the human.
All right, I'm just going to torch them.
Okay. That's fine. You don't have to make a roll for that. It's not a problem. You summon the fire kami and burn them to ash. But yes, you now have proof of what is happening. I guess the decision now is, what do you want to do? Do you want to go back to Shirokitsuki and say, "Hey, I've done my job. Thank you very much. Can we go home?" Or do you want to investigate further? And I guess that's a question that will be answered in the next session.
Dun, dun,
Dun, dun,
dun.
So I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to give you some XP. How about that?
A little peek behind the curtain for the audience. We love our listeners.
It's been a while since I've awarded XP for 5 rings. So
For
let's
anything,
have
really.
What are you saying?
He's saying that you're a stingy GM.
He's about right.
It's about the long and the short and the curly of it, yeah.
So, awarding XP. You were all here. We've done how many sessions? 3? 4. 4 sessions. So you have 4 XP. Have you proceeded to develop the story? I think you all have, really. I don't think that's something that you haven't been doing. I think you've done that. So we can give you all a point for that. Do you think that any of you have acted specifically within character? If so, please feel free to tell me what you've done.
I've interrogated the innkeeper, which aligns with my own personal ethos of not telling lies and not standing other people's lies.
Yeah. So if you look at your you should all have advantages and disadvantages in this game. Have a look at those and have a look to see whether or not you think that you've kind of met some of those advantages. And, if you use them, so I don't know, is one of your advantages not to lie?
Can't lie.
Can't lie. Okay. Good for everyone else to know. What do you think of this?
I believe I worked within mine, especially his overconfident disadvantage in the last session with that Ronin.
Yeah, I don't think I have a disadvantage or advantage to apply, but I was being following, supposed to be a dutiful samurai that follows the orders to the letter. So
Absolutely. I agree you're doing that.
Hiroshi's horse bears a particular meaning for him as part of his bitter betrothal.
Mm-hmm.
He will defend it at all costs, above and beyond anyone he travels with.
And
The horse is far more important than any of you.
And Akira knew that and appreciated it, and that is why he went after that wolf.
Well, why don't you have another couple of XP for all of you? So that's, how many is that? That's 6?
Yeah.
7, 6.
I already
6.
have 6, so if you're giving us more, then I would have 7.
Well, 7 XP then for all of you. Just, I'm being particularly generous.
Huzzah, because you were called out.
Indeed. Charlotte, cool. So yes, you'll be able to spend all that, which we can do offline. But when you're looking at the how to give XP in a 4th edition, I don't know what's like in the others, but it's just basically about how you played your character, all the sorts of stuff you do. You don't normally get a lot of XP, well, at least with me. I like to go quite low on the XP.
Yeah,
It should take a while for you to... fuck.
That's why we called you stingy.
Jeez! It's like you've played games with me before, Marco. I mean, honestly.
Me, I'm a grown man. I don't play games.
Sorry, I didn't.
He gets involved
What are we
in
doing
in-depth
now?
tactical and social simulations.
Exactly, Scott.
I got your back,
Yeah.
Marco.
So yes, it's a really handy way of kind of giving them, and there's some discussion to be had with players as to how they feel they've done, and actually talking about how other players think their other players have done. So you can have that kind of long kind of conversation if you wanted to. But yeah, I think that's pretty much just for this session. So thank you very much for listening, and we'll be back again, same time, same place,